Carlos King is under fire once again, but this time it's from someone within his own camp. A shocking accusation has emerged, with an employee publicly claiming that Carlos failed to protect them in a critical situation. The drama is escalating quickly, and the fallout is shaping up to be bigger than anyone expected. So, what's really going on behind the scenes of the Love and Marriage franchise? Who's speaking out, and what are the implications of these explosive claims? In today's video, we're diving into the latest controversy, breaking down the shocking details, the reactions, and what this could mean for Carlos King, his team, and the future of the franchise. If you're a fan of reality TV and the complex world that happens behind the scenes, then you already know this is going to be one wild ride. The Love and Marriage franchise has faced its share of drama and controversy over the years, but Carlos King, who has been the mastermind behind the show, finds himself in hot water once again. This time, the issue involves a very serious accusation from an employee who claims Carlos failed to protect them when it mattered most. So, what exactly happened, and why is this becoming such a big topic of discussion? Buckle up, because we're about to unravel this latest chapter of the ongoing drama that has fans, insiders, and even celebrities weighing in. In this video, we'll take a deep dive into the accusation, the reactions from all parties involved, and what it means for Carlos, the Love and Marriage franchise, and everyone caught in the middle. By the end of this video, you'll have a full understanding of the situation and the potential fallout from these explosive claims. Trust me, you won't want to miss any of the juicy details. We have exclusive insights that you won't find anywhere else. So let's jump right in, starting with the key players involved and what exactly was said about Carlos King's alleged failure as a leader. To understand the gravity of this accusation, it's crucial to break down what exactly was claimed in an exclusive interview. An unnamed Love and Marriage Huntsville employee dropped a bombshell, accusing Carlos King of failing to protect them during a critical situation. But what does that really mean? And who is this employee? Let's rewind for a moment to give you some context. Carlos King is a powerhouse in reality TV production. As the executive producer behind shows like Love and Marriage Huntsville, Carlos has made a name for himself as the mastermind who knows exactly how to create compelling drama that keeps viewers hooked. But with great power comes great controversy, and this time, it's not just the on-screen drama that's stirring the pot. This latest accusation is particularly significant because it comes from someone on the inside, someone who has witnessed firsthand the decision-making process behind the scenes. In their interview, the employee claimed that Carlos failed to step in when it was most needed, leaving employees, cast members, and even the integrity of the show vulnerable. Though the employee didn't provide full details initially, it was clear that they felt unsafe in a particular situation and had brought their concerns to Carlos. However, they say nothing was done to address the issue. The lack of response has left many questioning Carlos's leadership and whether he truly has the best interests of his team and the show at heart. Now, this situation has taken center stage, and the drama is only just beginning. Carlos King is facing serious accusations from a whistleblower who claims that he prioritized the show's image and his own interests over the safety and well-being of his staff. According to the employee, the lack of action not only put their personal safety at risk, but also undermined the culture of respect that should be a standard in any professional environment. So, what does this mean for Carlos's image? To put it simply, it's a major blow. Reality TV producers often get a reputation for manipulating cast members and orchestrating behind-the-scenes drama. But when employees feel unprotected or disrespected, it's no longer just about the on-screen drama. It becomes a serious HR issue with potential legal and reputational consequences. What makes this situation even more explosive is the timing. This accusation comes at a time when Carlos is already under fire for previous controversies regarding his control over cast members and their portrayal on the show. This is no isolated incident. It adds fuel to the fire and raises questions that fans, insiders, and even celebrities are now asking. Is Carlos really the leader we thought he was? Is he simply playing the game to create drama at any cost? Or is there more to this story that we don't yet know? The employee who came forward spoke about feeling isolated and unsupported during a difficult situation that should have been addressed swiftly. And while it's clear that their experience was troubling, This situation opens up a larger conversation about what happens behind the scenes in reality TV. Do we really understand what goes on off-camera, and how much of that should the public be made aware of? Now, here's where things get even more interesting. What has Carlos King said about these accusations? Has he made any public statements? As expected, Carlos has remained tight-lipped, refusing to comment publicly on the specific allegations. However, some reactions from the cast are beginning to surface, adding more intrigue to this already dramatic situation. Cast members have weighed in, and their responses have been mixed, from supporting Carlos to questioning how the situation is being handled. This adds another layer of complexity to the situation, as it's clear not everyone involved agrees on the approach. And this is where things start to get even more fascinating. If these claims are true, it could lead to major changes in the production of the show. If Carlos's leadership is being questioned by his own staff, could this cause a ripple effect? Could it even impact how the show is structured moving forward? Before we dive deeper into the potential fallout from these accusations, let's take a moment to reflect on the larger implications for reality TV as a whole. Is this just one isolated issue? Or are we witnessing the start of a shift in how producers and showrunners treat their cast and crew? Could the tide be turning against the manipulative tactics that have long been the backbone of reality TV production? Now, let's explore the potential fallout from this scandal. When allegations like these come to light, especially from someone on the inside, the repercussions can be far-reaching. For Carlos King, this isn't just about one disgruntled employee speaking out. It's about the credibility of his leadership, the trust his team places in him, and the public perception of his brand. This entire situation raises some serious questions. Can a reality TV producer, someone responsible for creating drama on screen, truly be trusted to create a safe environment behind the scenes? Is there a double standard in how producers treat their cast and crew compared to how they exploit those same individuals on camera? These are the kinds of questions that will linger over this controversy for some time, and it's unclear how it will all unfold moving forward. Even more critically, the Love and Marriage Huntsville franchise is incredibly popular right now, with a loyal fan base deeply invested in the drama and lives of the cast members. But now that the spotlight is firmly on Carlos King and these troubling accusations, the big question is, how will this scandal affect the show? Will it cause the franchise to lose viewers, or could it add fuel to the fire and draw even more attention to the show? To understand the full impact of this, we need to consider the broader implications of these accusations on the reality TV industry as a whole. Reality television thrives on conflict, but when that conflict goes beyond what we see on screen and starts affecting the people behind the scenes, it raises uncomfortable questions. Are we witnessing a shift in the reality TV landscape where the well-being of cast and crew becomes just as important as the drama we see on TV? Should production companies be held accountable for the mental and emotional toll they place on their employees? Will this incident spark a larger movement in the industry for better treatment of those working behind the scenes? As the controversy continues to unfold, more and more voices are chiming in. Some insiders suggest that this situation could be a wake-up call for reality TV producers, forcing them to reevaluate how they handle not just the talent, but also the people who work tirelessly behind the scenes to make these shows successful. Could this lead to stricter regulations for reality TV productions? Or are we simply witnessing the latest in a long line of scandals that come and go without real change? Now, let's take a look at Carlos King's response to date. So far, Carlos has not publicly commented on the specific details of these claims, which only fuels the drama. In a world where social media and public statements are often used to shape narratives, his silence is speaking volumes. Does this silence suggest a lack of accountability? Or is he simply waiting for the dust to settle before making a statement? Either way, it's only adding more fuel to the fire. On one hand, Carlos is known for his media-savvy persona, and he has a history of managing controversies. He's a master at creating a narrative. But when the story revolves around workplace ethics, this could be a more challenging issue to control. How Carlos handles this situation could make or break his career moving forward. Will he face the allegations head-on and take responsibility, or will he continue with the silence is golden approach, hoping the issue blows over? While Carlos may be staying quiet for now, others in the industry are speaking up. For example, some cast members of Love and Marriage Huntsville have been vocal about the working conditions on set. They've discussed the intense pressure, the manipulation of storylines, and the overall environment that producers foster. However, not all cast members are taking sides in this controversy. Some have even expressed concern that this public backlash could hurt their own reputation, especially if they are seen as being associated with Carlos King during a time when his credibility is being questioned. Here's where the stakes get even higher. Could this lead to a potential exit for Carlos King from the show? The fallout from this scandal could go beyond public opinion and even cause a shift in the production team. If Carlos's leadership is called into question, could the network decide to part ways with him to protect the show's reputation? But here's the twist. Will this scandal make the show even more popular? Reality TV thrives on drama, and some fans argue that this behind-the-scenes tension will only add more intrigue to the series. Could this be one of those rare moments where the drama off-screen ends up boosting ratings even higher? As uncomfortable as it is, reality TV fans love the gossip, the secrets, and the chaos. So, from a business perspective, it might not be the worst thing for the franchise. In fact, this could prove to be a marketing boon, depending on how the situation is handled. But with all that said, the stakes are incredibly high for everyone involved. Whether this results in Carlos King stepping down, the show being canceled, or the franchise gaining even more popularity, we're definitely in for a wild ride. One thing is for sure. The real world of reality TV production is changing, and this incident might just serve as the catalyst for that change. As much as fans focus on the drama that unfolds on screen, it's the unseen forces behind the scenes that truly shape the stories we watch. While it's easy to assume that everything we see on our TV screens is simply scripted or manufactured for entertainment, the reality is much more complex. The work that goes into creating reality TV involves a vast team of people behind the cameras, from producers to crew members to the cast themselves. And if the working conditions for those involved are being called into question, then this raises important conversations about the ethics of production and the duty producers have toward their team. As we look to the future, it's clear that how reality TV shows are produced may be due for a major shift. More scrutiny will likely be placed on the treatment of cast and crew, and the industry may face increased pressure to create environments where employees feel safe and respected, not just exploited for drama. If nothing else, this scandal has cast a glaring spotlight on the often hidden side of reality TV production, and it may lead to long-term changes, whether it's a shift in leadership at Love and Marriage Huntsville, stricter regulations, or a change in how the industry operates as a whole. Stay tuned as this story continues to unfold. It's clear that we're witnessing a turning point in reality TV, and the next few months could bring some major revelations. Will the industry take this as a wake-up call, or will it simply be business as usual? Only time will tell, but the impact of these accusations will be felt for a long time to come. Reality TV has become a staple of modern entertainment, captivating audiences with its explosive drama and larger-than-life personalities. But behind the bright lights and high-stakes confrontations, there's so much more happening that viewers rarely get a glimpse of. The truth is, reality TV isn't as real as it might seem. Many of your favorite moments are carefully crafted, manipulated, and directed to ensure maximum drama, and this is where Carlos King, as a reality TV producer, plays an especially significant role. Reality TV producers like Carlos are essential in shaping the narrative of a show. They decide what footage gets aired, which storylines will be emphasized, and how the audience will perceive the cast. They're responsible for creating the tension and drama that keep viewers hooked. But what happens when the people behind the scenes, the very individuals responsible for producing this content, feel like they're being exploited or mistreated? This brings us back to the recent accusations against Carlos King. An employee has come forward claiming that they didn't feel protected under his leadership. This is not an isolated incident. Insiders within the reality TV world have frequently spoken out about the immense pressure, manipulation, and mental toll that comes with working on such productions. Reality TV isn't just about the drama you see between the cast members. It's about the psychological strain both cast and crew endure while creating that drama. Behind every perfectly executed emotional breakdown, every confrontation, and every shocking revelation, there are hours of preparation. Producers work closely with cast members to decide which angles will be played out for the cameras. They manipulate situations to create the perfect storm of tension, ensuring that each scene will land as powerfully as possible. While it may make for good TV, this process can create an environment where employees and cast members feel isolated, manipulated, and unprotected. So when a cast or crew member feels unsafe or unfairly treated, it speaks to a larger issue within the reality TV industry. Carlos King, as a producer, is responsible for creating an atmosphere that's not only entertaining but also ethical. If accusations like these begin to surface, it draws attention to an underlying culture of exploitation that could harm the reputation of the show. The question now becomes, why does it take so long for these stories to come out? Why do cast and crew members stay silent about the conditions they work in for so long? One reason could be the fear of retaliation. Reality TV stars and crew members often sign confidentiality agreements and non-disclosure contracts that come with serious legal consequences if violated. Many individuals are terrified of losing their job, ruining their career, or being blacklisted from future opportunities in the industry. When you are in the spotlight or hold a position of power, like Carlos King, it can feel as though you have the upper hand, with the people who work under you at your mercy. However, in today's world of social media and instant communication, these secrets are harder to keep hidden. The public's desire for transparency is growing, and more insiders are coming forward to expose what really goes on behind closed doors. This is exactly what we're seeing now, an employee who is brave enough to speak out, risking their reputation and career to shed light on the treatment they received. Carlos King's response to these accusations will likely set the tone for how these kinds of stories are handled in the future. If Carlos chooses to ignore the claims or downplay them, it could lead to an even greater backlash, especially if other employees decide to come forward. On the other hand, if Carlos admits to any shortcomings and commits to creating a safer, more inclusive work environment, he could regain some of the respect he's losing in the public eye. The reality TV industry is built on controversy and scandal, but there's a fine line between creating drama for entertainment's sake and crossing ethical boundaries. Producers like Carlos King have a responsibility to ensure that the people they work with, whether they're cast or crew, are treated with dignity and respect. Carlos King, a man who built his career on creating some of the most watched reality TV moments, now finds himself in a position where he may have to rethink his entire approach to production. Could this be a turning point for the reality TV industry? Will producers like Carlos King be forced to reevaluate how they handle their staff and crew? Or will these types of scandals continue to be swept under the rug until they become too big to ignore? This situation has the potential to spark a broader conversation about how reality TV is produced and whether changes need to be made to protect the people who work tirelessly behind the scenes. While this is just one example, it could be happening behind the scenes at many reality TV shows. The manipulation of emotions, the pressure to create drama, and the exploitation of cast members aren't isolated incidents. They're part of a systemic problem within the reality TV landscape. The next time you sit down to watch your favorite reality TV show, ask yourself, how much of what I'm seeing is real, and how much of it is the result of manipulation behind the scenes? It's a question we all need to consider as we continue to support these shows. And who knows? Perhaps this scandal will spark a larger conversation about the treatment of those working behind the camera in the reality TV industry. As more insiders speak out, and as fans demand more transparency, the industry could begin to change for the better. The days of blindly accepting the carefully curated stories produced by these shows might be coming to an end. Reality TV could evolve into something more ethical and responsible, where the well-being of the cast and crew is prioritized alongside the drama we love to watch. The road ahead will be challenging, and the decisions made by Carlos King, the production team, and the networks will determine whether this moment becomes a pivotal turning point for the industry or just another chapter in a long history of scandalous realities. Either way, the time has come for a deeper reflection on what we're really watching when we tune into reality TV. The stakes have never been higher, and the future of reality television may depend on how these issues are addressed moving forward.